So, welcome to Web3 Voice again. You've been here many a times, and I think our audience loves to hear you every time. And this time it's going to be even better because you're not just going to be here today, but you're going to be with us during 8th Denver Roll Up an App Chain Day as a keynote speaker. And I'm excited, and I think everybody would be to learn more from you because when I saw this recent post from you on LinkedIn, which says ZK is the end game, and you're creating the most partner obsessed ecosystem that aligned well with what Web3 has been all about for years. An ecosystem and full with people trying to contribute, growing it together. So when you say ZK is the end game, Vassilis, what is it which comes to your head first, and you want to tell people about?
Sure. Before I answer your question, Gan and Ravi, thank you again for inviting me. It's an honor. ZkSync, or Matter Labs to be more accurate, and Zeeve have been long-standing partners, and it's been amazing working with you. And thank you again for the invitation, both on this podcast, but also on the upcoming East Denver event that you're running. So that's number one. Number two, I have this OCD with introduction. So maybe for people who do not know me, my name is Vassilis. I am leading ecosystem success for Matter Labs, which is the company, the main contributor of ZkSync, the Ethereum L2. So that's more of housekeeping. So Gan, now I'm going back to your question. And thank you for mentioning the post that I made on LinkedIn. And it's not, let's say, my tagline. The ZK is the end game is one of our core taglines as a company and as an ecosystem. And so it's not, let's say, mine. It's not my invention. I think Alex, our CEO, Alex Plikovsky, was the one who coined it. But like, what does it mean? It means that if we really want to scale blockchains and Ethereum, to be more accurate, because we're in Ethereum L2, ZK is the only way that this can happen. The only mathematically and scientifically proven way, like who knows in the future, maybe it's something about quantum, like at the moment, with as much as we have advanced the science of cryptography and blockchain, we know that ZK, zero knowledge technology, is the most efficient and scalable way to take Ethereum to the next level. And that's why we call it ZK is the end game. And I want to say something else here, because ZkSync is not the only L2 that is building using the ZK technology. The reason that we believe that ZK is the end game is because we see, and actually we're very happy and we're very proud to see that pretty much every ecosystem in Ethereum, and even outside Ethereum, but I will stick in Ethereum right now, is adopting ZK technology. We see other L2s, very successful ones like Arbitrum and Optimism, which are great ecosystems, right? Being more open about ZK and trying to adopt this technology to scale. So I gave you a very long answer, God, but this is what it is, right? We believe that ZK is the end game because if we really want to scale Ethereum, it is the only technology that can take us to that level.
Yeah, no, I think every time when you say that GK is the end game, it sounds so fitting and believable. Um,
Mhm. Thank
and
you.
and
It is, it is. We believe in it. We believe. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Maybe I'm sounding like I believe it because I truly believe it. That's why I'm working in this company. That's why ZkSync is named ZkSync. That's how much we believe in it, right? We have made it part of our brand and our logo and our existence and our ethos. So yeah, we truly believe in it, and we're very happy to see the industry adopting it widely.
Yeah. No, I think we believe it along with you because we've been working on ZkSync stack, delivering, there's these layer two chains to a lot of customers, basis the same stack. And we found it very innovative, very future driven, and very stable in terms of what it can deliver. But, we often hear people saying in ZK space that ZK is more privacy driven. It is not for everyone. But then at the same time, the use cases we've been delivering and the use cases we hear ZkSync announcing every month, multiple use cases, onboarding ZkSync as a stack, building their layer twos. They are pretty much in every space. You see gaming, you see DeFi, you see fintech, banking, you see telecom. So what are these areas which you believe are topping the chart when it comes to traction and utilizing and benefiting from ZK the most? But at the same time, your general view about that who ZK is for. Is it really for everybody?
It's a good question, right? Because I think many people associate ZK with security and privacy, as you said.
Yes.
But ZK is also about scalability. And for me, those two attributes, security slash privacy and scalability, are what's the right word? Are neutral. What I mean by that is that you can take them and they're like magic boxes that you can build on top anything you want. It gives you freedom, right? So we are not a chain that is favoring private only based use cases, right? That's why scalability is also a very big component of it. So I don't necessarily agree that ZK is specifically, tuned to a very special kind of use cases, because you can take the scalability aspect of ZK, not only the privacy one, but both of them create a very magic mix. So you're right. We have a lot of gaming ecosystems right now on the ZK stack. Um, Sophon, Abstract, Treasure, ZK Candy, Expla, like you name it, right? And the reason they are coming to us, and we're very happy to have them as our partners, is not so much about the privacy aspect of it, it's about the scalability. We scale extremely fast and we are cheap, so that's what they want, right? But then you see, Ghan, as you said, a different kind of family of use cases, which are more the financial side of things, right? Yesterday we announced our partnership with WonderFi. WonderFi is the leading crypto company in Canada. We have the very successful pilots with UBS and Deutsche Bank and Memento, that I know that Memento is working with
Yeah.
Zeeve very closely. And we see many enterprises wanting to build on the ZK stack because of the privacy and the validium aspect of our ZK stack. It gives them freedom to be able to use a public chain while at the same time being able to customize it on a privacy, customizability, and permissioned chain. So I would summarize my answer in the following way. ZK is a black box. Sorry, no, it's a magic box, not a black box. It's a magic box that pretty much you can build anything you want, and you can pick the attribute of ZK that fits best your use case. If you're gaming, you want scalability. If you're a bank, you want a permission validium. Like as I said, it's a magic box that you can twist around and you can shape it, you can mold it based on the use case you want.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fantastic, perspective to how it is to be seen as a technology or a framework, and where it can fit and how it can fit. Though we are still seeing that enterprises, they're coming on board already. It's not that they're not joining the the wave, but then they're still coming in slow. So, what factors do you think are important for enterprises when they pick a stack like say ZkSync, and what scares them and why it should not scare them anymore?
It's something that we have been thinking and discussing a lot internally, but also discussing that with you in our private calls, right, with Ziv. I don't think there is one answer. There are multiple answers, right? Answer number one is definitely how they can build something that will be customized on their needs. When you are a huge bank, a huge financial institution, an enterprise, or even a government, we're working also with governments. For example, we're working with the municipality of Buenos Aires. So when you're working with this type of customers, you need to provide them something that will be checking all their boxes. For example, when you're a bank, the box is compliance and security and consumer orientation. Number one. When you're a government, you want to make sure that the citizens' data will never be tampered, right? So,
Right.
answer number one is that your stack, in that case, is the ZK stack, needs to give them flexibility, and it's not a monolithic box, right? That they will be able to shape around while always settling on Ethereum. That's the power of it, right? You still can use the public chain, but you can customize it on your need. I want to say a very quick personal story here. My previous employer was Microsoft. I spent many years of my life at Microsoft, right? And I was part of the crypto team there at my last gig. And we were working with many banks when I was at Microsoft. And, back then we were discussing about Arthur Corda and Hyperledger. Again, great teams. I don't have anything personal with them, right? But let's be honest. The private blockchains were a very, was a, is an outdated concept right now, because you can have
True.
exactly the same privacy and permission and customizability, but still use Ethereum. So that's answer number one. We customizability and flexibility. And I think number two, Dan. So the number two answer to your question is that you need to have a team or a partner ecosystem. In that case, for us, this is Ziv, where they know that they can rely on. from an SLA, from a compliance, from a business acumen, from a strategy, from a delivery side, sense of things, right? So if you are a big bank, you want to work with a company that you will sleep well at night. You will know that they will deliver
Yeah.
on time, they will have SLAs, they will have the right pricing, they will have a partner success team to handle them all for change management. It's a whole list of things, but I would say this is the hard and the soft. So the hard one is the hard skills and the soft skills. The hard one is technology being a very customizable box, and the soft skills is having a team that they can rely on from a business strategy and reliability perspective.
Absolutely. And I think it's not just that us, we've been working hard to deliver ZK Stack to these customers, but we at the same time have seen that ZkSync is very supportive. The team at your end, they're very supportive. The engineering team, the tech folks, they very actively support us, with new releases and the patches, the fixes, and different configurations which can be in demand or should be tried out with these use cases. So I think it's a joint effort there,
Yeah.
and we we
Thank,
really uh, we really appreciate ZK coming in that way and supporting and
thank,
understanding what the customers require and changing and maneuvering fast.
thank you for sharing this, Gan. And I would say, first of all, it means a lot coming from you, right? But number two, I would say that this is something that we tweeted about it, I think, a few months ago. We made a very conscious decision a few months ago inside the company, Mother Labs, where we said that, we have now reached a maturity level as a chain, as an ecosystem, where we need to start having an official and robust ecosystem success team. Right? Again, for those who are coming from the Web 2 world, there is this
Yeah,
muscle called partner success, right? And it's very popular in Web 2, right? All the big tech companies have a partner success, and of course, every company has a different flavor. But and I think that if you ask my truly personal opinion, forget ZkSync, that's Vassilis's, opinion, is that that's one of the things that really the Web3 industry is lacking, right? We meaning the industry, we are an industry that, unfortunately, in my opinion, favors a lot big splash announcements. Oh, ZkSync signed with this or X signed with it. It's not about ZkSync, right? But as we learned, Gan, is that the real work starts after you sign, not before you sign. Sure, you
yeah,
should celebrate a big deal. Of course, let's not be naive, but the real work starts after the signature, right? Do you have a team of people, engineers, partner success, go-to-market strategies, PR, marketing? Do you have a team that will sit down either with the partner itself or with a with a software as a service partner? In that case, you are the roll-up as a service partner, right? To help them. And thank you for saying that we're doing that in a good way. In full honesty, as the leader of that team, I think we can do extremely better. We're still at the first inning, but we're definitely going there.
yeah. Like they say, that the team's effort reflects in the leader's thoughts. So I think
Yeah.
you leading the
Yeah.
partnership teams and partnership ecosystem is doing a fantastic job there, and we're just trying to support as much as we can. Now, you know, coming towards, we talked about the use cases, we talked about ZK is the end game, the conviction. I think everybody really enjoys when you say it that way. But then, if we talk about the pace at which this adoption is happening, so how many ZK Sync based rollups do you see happening coming to existence in 2025? A few hundreds, a few thousands, maybe in double digits? That's a
Uh,
tough one. Yeah.
yeah, no, no, I'm smiling because I'm laughing in a good way in the sense that I can answer in two ways. I can answer on how many I expect and how many I wish. They are not the same. But kidding aside, right now, Ghan, we have approximately, I need to check the latest number, but we have, I would say, more than 20 chains. Some of them are on mainnet, some of them are coming up, they're on testnet, some of them are announced. As I said, yesterday we announced WonderFi. So this is where we are right now. I joined the team, Ghan. I joined Matter Labs in October 2023. So a year and a half later, we're a year and a half. And back then, when I signed, we had no change. ZK Stack was still a concept, right? So if I look back 1 year and a half, we have made amazing progress. But as I said, and you also said, we're still not where we want to be, right? The adoption is still slow. So if you want my very open and transparent prediction, I would say that by end of the year, by end of 2025, I definitely expect us to be reaching the first three-digit number of chains. hopefully. So if we have like 20, 25 now, I think we can reach 100 by end of the year. I know it's very ambitious, but that's why they're called ambitions, because they have to be um, very, very forward looking. So, but also it's not only about ZkSync. I want to be fair about other ecosystems. There are other ecosystems that are doing great. Arbitrum is doing great. Optimism is doing
Yeah.
great. Um, so I do see in a future where the Ethereum ecosystem will be having thousands of chains. And the problem that we will have to solve, the big boss problem, which is still, it's now a problem, but it will become a bigger problem in the future, is how all those chains, regardless of whether they're on ZkSync or Optimism or Arbitrum or Linea or Scroll or whatever, or Polygon, they will be interoperating.
Yeah.
But we're not there. We're not there yet. Let's be honest. Let's also be honest. This is a huge problem, because if you are a Web2 user, you don't care if Abstract is on ZK Stack and I don't know, Wallcoin is on Optimism. Like, you don't care. You just want interoperability. We're not there yet. We, as Matter Labs, we are trying to solve the interoperability, the native interoperability of all the ZK chains. It is part of our roadmap. It is coming in Q2, and we're very excited about this. But as I said, if we want to really be ambitious about the Ethereum ecosystem, every chain in Ethereum should interoperate with another. And I think this will be the big boss problem probably in 2026.
Right. Rightly said, the elephant in the room is the interoperability, and
Yeah.
we need to address it. And I think ZkSync is making good strides. The
Yeah.
shared bridge is one step in that direction, which is going to unite all the ZK stack based layer two chains to begin with,
Absolutely.
I believe. And I think this is not where you're going to stop. I'm speculating, but that may be true.
I would say what I can say is that, and it's a very good point, Gan. I would highly recommend the people who are listening to this podcast or to this interview is to go to our GitHub and our website, or even follow Anthony Rose. Anthony Rose is the CTO of the company, a very smart and very, I would say, a great leader in engineering. He recently posted something about the ZK Gateway. That's the name of it.
Yeah.
Gateway is the name of our shared bridge, and you will be able to read all the details about how we expect this gateway to be the glue that not only connects the ZK chains in a native way, but also optimizes the cost for the on-chain verification by batching all the proofs together, so forth and so on. I'm not going to go into the details there, but yeah. So for now, what I can say is that the ZK Gateway is our holy grail for 2025. It's part of our roadmap. We will deliver. It's coming in Q2.
So if I summarize, the focus is three digits, and the focus is interoperability. And
I will close. So there is a technical roadmap. So there is a technical goal, technical objectives, and business objectives. From the technical roadmap, it's very simple. Again, it's communicated, but I want to reiterate that three big pillars: EVM equivalence, the most important thing. Also, let's be honest. Right now, building on ZkSync is not as easy as it is in other chains,
yes.
right? We are EVM compatible. We are not EVM equivalent, right? So EVM equivalence, it's coming already through an interpreter and then through our new proving system. Number two, our new proving system, Bootzoom 2, and our new operating system. And number three, interoperability. So from a technical perspective, is this. From a business perspective, that I'm part of the leadership team, me and Omar, my colleague, we're working on two goals. Number one is having as many institutions in the payments and the banking and the financial sector building on ZK Stack, picking ZK Stack as the default choice for them to come on chain. And number two is continue growing our amazing gaming ecosystem, as I said, with Abstract, Sophon, Treasure, X Plus, ZK Candy, so forth and so on, which will lead to the hundreds of chains. So that's the end goal. Yes.
And nothing more interesting than hearing about the growth of roll-ups, and specifically the zero knowledge space happening and the way you termed it in 2025. Now, one last thing before I'll let you go today,
Sure.
and that is about, because you're coming to ETH Denver, you're coming to the Roll-Up and App Chain Day, you're going to be talking about something. So this is for all those folks who are going to be there, and with full excitement and interest. What two primary things they would be hearing from you that day?
First of all, I'm also excited. And again, thank you for the invitation. They will hear from me what is coming up in more details in the next months for the ZK stack, right? It will be a little bit more technical than the current conversation. So if they really want to understand how we are going to achieve EVM equivalence, what is the new prover system? Bujum 2.0, we call it. Right now it's called Bujum, and the new it's going to be called Bujum 2.0. Which are the performance benchmark that we are seeing? So if they want to get a sneak peek of what's coming up on ZK Stack, they can definitely come and hear. And I would say the second thing is me and you, Ghan, we know each other from our business relationship. It's actually, it will not come from me, it will come from us. I am someone who believes a lot in conversation and open discussion and questions. I'm actually very eager to hear others from the Ethereum ecosystem to hear their plans. And I think the most important thing in an event, Ghan, is not the top-down approach. Oh, Vassilis will share this. It's more about, hey, Vassilis and Ghan and the Arbitrum folks and the Polygon folks and the Optimism folks and the Avalanche folks sitting down together and just having powerful conversations. Because the last thing I will say, which I think is the most inspiring note, like this is something I truly believe in. The crypto pie is still very small, right? The market is still small, if we want to be honest.
Yes.
So yes, of course, I want ZkSync to win. I'm part of MaterLabs, of the MaterLabs company, but like I want Ethereum to win, and actually I want crypto to win. So I do not know if that sounds correct, but like when I see announcements from other ecosystems, I'm happy for them. I truly am. I think we're all here to make the crypto pie bigger. If we make the pie bigger, everyone will be happy. If we keep fighting about over crumbles, it will be a very zero-sum game. So
No,
I'm
I
all about
think,
the game.
yeah, no, I think you had me when you said interoperability already. It is nobody's game; it's everybody's game to win
Yep.
together. And I think we've been working on this very hard, since the beginning of the roll up and App Chain Day, and this chapter which is going to take place in each Denver. That we bring everybody together, all the voices together, and all sort of ecosystems together, so that we generate the best opinions, the best outcomes, the best future roadmap for the ecosystem and Ethereum ecosystem specifically together. So I think your presence would be highly valuable. Of course, a lot more other voices would be there, which will make it more integral in terms of how people will take away the growth overall. So yeah, we would be really happy to have you there. And all the ones who are listening, my name is Ghan Vashishtha. I'm the co-founder and CTO at Zeeve, and we'll be waiting for you at ETH Denver. Vassilis will be there, and so many others, prolific speakers and well-known leaders, thought leaders in the Web3 ecosystem, roll-up ecosystem specifically, for you to learn more and take key takeaways that will help you drive your way into Web3, as well as the journey into the layer 2 ecosystem. So thank you, Vassilis, for joining us today. It was a pleasure, but this is not going to end today. This is just the beginning of what comes on the Roll Up and App Chain Day on 28th of February during East Denver. So thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. See you in a week.